Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for still being here. I see that we are still a good audience. Let's start with the last session of the Antwerp edition, EuCNC and 6G Summit 2024. Everything has an end, and unfortunately the cool stuff finishes. Let's start by remembering this. So 1 year ago, it's where this ride started. When we were receiving the flag, we were getting the token from our dear colleagues in Sweden. And here we are. As many of you know, Ingrid couldn't be physically here, but actually she has been following the stream, and we have been chatting, and she was with us via the webcast that we have been casting through the web. So 1 year ago we started. The party started like this, and now the party is finishing like this. The sound, please, because this is a party. We need music. So the rest of the session today, we are going to have a couple of speakers, but my last slide, it doesn't mean the last slide of this session, is this one. I just want to say thank you, amigos. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for sharing with us. I don't want to forget to thank all the people who is behind the scenes. It's a huge conference, and we needed huge help. So as I mentioned before, the steering committee, thanks for your trust and your guidance. The local organizing committee, thanks for so many hours invested. Our technical committee, so much done to have to increase the quality of the content. And to you all for submitting your works, for submitting your exhibition booths, and coming here to share. Certainly, thanks to also well, Peter will say that correctly, but the company who's MediCongress, who's with us in this path. Well, I should finalize just by saying, amigos, gracias for coming to Antwerp. See you next year somewhere else.
It's been fun 4 days as I arrived in Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 6G Flagship, because we are responsible of the latter part of the name of the conference, the 6G Summit, a brief story about how this happened. The 6G Flagship started in 2018, and we organized the first 6G conference in the world. It was called 6G Summit in April 2019. The success of the event surprised us and many others tremendously. And in the spring 2020, in the advent of the second edition of the 6G Summit, It had to be transformed from full physical event to full online event in 4 days. So, but still, the second edition was even bigger success than the first one. Same time, early 2020s, we had a discussion with the Commission how to join forces and what could be the possible collaborative actions in 6G development. And one concrete agreed action was to join forces, namely combining the EuCNC and the 6G Summit into joint EuCNC and 6G Summit conference. The first joint event edition of the conference series was organized in Porto, Portugal in 2021, with the theme On the Road to 6G. Due to the still difficult COVID situation, it was fully virtual. However, it was a success since we had almost 2,500 delegates in the conference. The following year, 2022, the edition of EuCNC and 6G Summit was organized by Grenoble, in Grenoble, France, with the theme Connectivity for a Sustainable World. This time, even though the event was organized as a hybrid event, a lot of on-site attendees conveyed the message freedom of finally being able to see colleagues face-to-face, and the conference was again getting better, a great success. In 2023, the Gothenburg edition of EuCNC and 6G Summit provided record numbers for the series in terms of attendees and papers. This time the theme was 6G for clean and digital transition. Now, this year, 2024, the conference with the theme 6G from vision to reality was organized here in beautiful Antwerp. In a superb environment, and yet again in almost all categories, record numbers were achieved, including attendees, number of papers, you name it, so on and so forth. Therefore, I would like to extend the 6G Flagship's deepest congratulations for the local organizing team, for the huge success in carrying the flag of EuCNC and 6G Summit into the next editions. The 6G Flagship has been privileged and honored to support with extensive effort the Commission and the 4 past local organizing team in bringing EuCNC and 6G Summit forward to new heights, and we have agreed to continue at least 2 next years. Collaborative activities with the local organizers in XX and XX places. You probably know which are the places, but anyways, let's not steal the thunder. Also, we would like to extend our warmest gratitude towards the sponsors of the 2024 event, namely Nokia, Huawei, E3, Keysight, Emerson/National Instruments, Rohde & Schwarz, Ericsson, Virginia Diodes, Televic, and CityMesh. Without this kind of contributions from the sponsors, organizing this size event would be simply extremely difficult. But once more, huge thanks and appreciation for the Antwerp team on this success, and may it serve as a great example for the organizers of the next editions of EuCNC and 6G. Thank you.
Now we will have a closing address by Pavlos Fournogerakis, who's the Deputy Head of Programs of the SNSJU office. Pavlos, floor is yours, please.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Many thanks for the introduction, Johann. In my capacity also as Steering Committee Vice Chair, I would like to take a moment to express my warmest thanks and congratulations to all the contributors to this event, the local organizing committee, the TPC, but also the participants, the speakers, the exhibitors, everyone who contributed to such a great success. Very, very high quality sessions and discussions. So many, many thanks once again for that. I know that you're all eagerly waiting for the big event, the handover of the EuCNC flag to the next edition. But I would like to spend a few minutes to present a few thoughts and a few highlights from the current event. I don't know, may I use this? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So many thanks also to Ari for the history. I also became a bit nostalgic with all these sessions because I've been participating since 2012 and even before as researchers. So it's really nice to hear all the good things about the previous editions. But indeed, it is a cliché. It's already a cliché when we say that this is the best EuCNC till the next one. But indeed, you set the bar very high, so we're really high. We have high expectations for the next EuCNC, of course. So a few words about this event. So the motto, from vision to reality, I think it's very, very appropriate and very timely. In fact, we see that end of 2023, the ITU adopted the IMT 2030 framework document, which in fact defines the vision for 6G research innovation in the whole world, and in fact it is a reference document for all the research activities. We see, of course, all the extended usage scenarios from the 5G, but also all the extra non-functional horizontal aspects, let's say, and guiding principles on how to design 6G. There were many discussions on these aspects, so I don't want to go into the details, but all these technical discussions on sensing, AI, ubiquitous with the use of non-terrestrial networks and so on and so forth, they were very prominent in all this EuCNC. But now we have to move to the next step. And of course, it is the ITU study will be ready. We have here I show you the timeline of the ITU, but also the 3GPP that are the main SDOs, but of course, this is just indicative. But we can see that the standardization is slowly starting. Of course, it would get at full speed in 2025, but we have seen, for example, that the first 3GPP stage SA1 workshop took place last May in Rotterdam, in a way launching the activities on standardization. And what an achievement for a European success there, for European research, because we had a unique European voice. Thanks to our SNS program, we had and the SNS HICE project, of course, that coordinated these activities, but also to all contributors, the HexaX2 project, providing the baseline document, SNS projects contributing to this unique European view on 6G use cases, but also member states and national initiatives. So that was a perfect, the best start, as we can say, but we need to follow up on this. We cannot step back or we cannot wait, and we need to follow up on the results of this workshop. At the same time, we know that ETSI, they had several sessions in this event. They present also the activities that are happening under the ISG, the pre-standardization activities and software development groups. We heard in the previous session about the importance of open source and software in the network, so there is a lot of activity there. And we are happy that we have many of our projects contributing in all this discussion about how open source can contribute to 6G standardization activities and the process. As I told you, there are many, many other parallel activities, other SDOs that our projects contribute, but this is just an indication to show that now we have to be active on the standardization process. This is the time, we have a window of opportunity. The SNS program offers to all our stakeholders from industry, academia, research, SMEs, everyone a unique opportunity to contribute to the standardization process early from the start of this process. So another important message is about collaboration. I think if we have to choose the most commonly non-technical word used in this EuCNC is collaboration. I participated in many sessions. I heard about this is a part of collaborative achievement. This happens, the result is after collaboration of many projects. So I heard it in a different context. And I would like to say that the SNS program, this partnership that is jointly led by European Commission and the 6G Industry Association, is really driven by collaboration. It's part of our DNA, as we say. So we have the collaborations in different levels. We have a strong collaboration with States Representative Group, part of our governance body. At SRG level, we had a meeting here at the EuCNC. We had strong synergies and with national investment, national initiatives on also national 6G RNI plans. And we are going to further strengthen this collaboration and continue to have synergies in the future in many relevant aspects, standardization, but also in other activities. Then the stakeholders group. We have already established, either the public, but also the private side, strong collaboration, strong partnerships with many vertical sectors, for example, or for other partnerships, other important organizations in the area, like ENEAS, in the area of microelectronics, or a cybersecurity organization, and many, many more. I don't list all of them now, but we have a strong relationship with many partnerships in Europe, and this is important for the success of our program. And last but not least, the international collaboration. This is also a key success factor for our program since the beginning. We have cooperation in mutually relevant domains already with US, and this is important. We continue strengthening the collaboration with US. We had a dedicated workshop during this EuCNC, but we're also going to have projects with Korea and Japan, and we will continue discussing about the priorities, international collaboration priorities in the future, because of course we speak always about European leadership, as you know, but it is always important to follow, monitor what is happening in all the bold initiatives around the world and ensure a global standard, as we always say. So overall, we can say that collaborations and partnerships is a strategic priority for the SNS program. In terms of our projects, we already have a portfolio of 63 projects under the SNS program. We are very happy to see that they participate actively in all discussions, workshops, and sessions. But what was really impressive for me to see that 30 projects participated in the exhibition, either through a demo or via a poster in the exhibition poster section. So for me, this is an impressive number. I'm really happy about it. And maybe, I don't know, with more projects coming after the third call, which is currently under evaluation, they will come in the first quarter of 2025, but also for the second call projects coming in the second year of implementation, we may need to consider that we may need a bigger exhibition room in the next venue. So this is very, very important and very promising also for the success of our program. So we spoke about collaboration at the level of the JU, but collaboration between projects is not a vision, it is a reality. So this started already last year, and we already see many important achievements. We have the steering board discussions and technology board discussion, providing already insightful discussions, but achievements like the one that I'm showing here. It is the reference figure that I think it was launched in this event, a kind of a taxonomy tool where you can see per project the relevant enablers and technology domains, and of course the network domains of the projects, so that collaboration between the relevant projects can be strengthened and enhanced. At the same time, we have ongoing working groups, task forces, working on white papers, working on joint dissemination and communication, working on joint standardization activities to ensure that there is a critical mass and a high impact for our program. So some important highlights also in terms of projects. I believe these are very, very promising achievements, and I'm really happy for that. And thanks, of course, to our CSA project, SNS Ops, that gathered the statistics for the first year of the operation of the projects. So these statistics concern only the 33 practically projects, RNI projects, because we also have 2 support actions. But these achievements concern the first year, and you can see that they're already much higher than the target KPIs that we had. Just indicatively, we have more than 300 contributions to standards and 32 patents, which are really promising. But of course, we should not stop here. There is no time for complacency, as I always mentioned in this event. I think we need to go on. And I was really struggling to find a few key messages. This is just non-exhaustive list. I could speak for hours of the key messages that I have from this event. But if I would like to summarize in a bit, I would use these points. So the first one, the first key message is that we would need to further explore the synergies. We should not stop here. We need to ensure a common European view, joint activities at EU and national levels, and of course continue the participation, the partnership, more partnerships, collaboration with more partnerships, European partnerships, but more also vertical engagement, because we have verticals. We have started with, in our program with the verticals in the process, in the projects, but we need a stronger engagement from them. In terms of standardization, we need to have a global, let's say, work towards a global standardization view, having through a common European voice, and of course this, the model that we had with the European view on 6G use cases as input to SA1 workshop was a great example and a great model that we need to follow. Something that I heard also in many, many sessions is that, of course, we know that we have not seen the full 5G potential, but we need to learn from the 5G experience. We have seen a lot of challenges, some issues, some glitches. We need to learn from all these activities, and we need, in terms of economic, let's say, success of the future 6G program, we need to match the technology push with the market pull in order to ensure the commercial success of 6G. There were also a lot of discussions on KPIs. In fact, the SNS program includes very ambitious KPIs, sometimes even more ambitious than the generic ones from the ITU vision, but there is still a lot of work ongoing in the area of KPIs. Something that is also important is the notion of key value indicators. We have heard that this might be a good differentiation factor for Europe. Europe can provide a lot of input in the area of qualification and quantification of KVIs. That reflect, in fact, all the alignment with the EU policies that I mentioned in my next point. We have heard about sustainability, security all the time, many, many discussions that we need to have them in the beginning of our program, as we say, by design. So we speak about these areas, but we also speak about priorities for the public, but also for the private sector, like the collaborative computing networks and telco edge cloud deployments, AI, open source, and many, many other technical topics that we discussed in this EuCNC. So I don't want to spend more time, just to say that our program is in progress. It will be built on all these values, all these principles that I mentioned, covering also the ambitious KPIs, but also the important KVIs and policy targets that we have. And it will be ready most probably around November, December of this year. So stay tuned. You're all welcome to join us in this journey. And for this, I would like to conclude my presentation and give the floor to the next edition. I'm already looking forward to that. Safe travels, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pavlos. As chair of the local organizing committee, it's the honor to be the very last to address you at this 24 edition. Last night at gala dinner, there was somebody of you approaching me and saying, you know, what I really liked about this edition is that all your speeches were so compact and short. Well, I'll keep it like that. Just one slide. I would like all of you to take your smartphone, scan the QR code, and fill in the survey so that we can have your experiences and share it also with the organizers of next year. A final word of thanks from my side to the whole local organizing committee, and that's not only me. I'm just a guy who took some decisions, but all the work was done by a lot of people behind the scenes and more or less on the scenes. First of all our team, the volunteers, the collaborators, the students from our research groups in Ghent and Antwerp, the guys with the blue t-shirts running around with the microphone standing there, guiding you everywhere. Thank you very much. Then also the whole team from our PCO, MediCongress, and I think that took a whole load of work from my shoulders in making it a smooth process. So thank you very much. And then finally, the whole team from the audiovisual company. create, who made sure that all of your slides were on the screen and could be enjoyed by everybody. So a warm, big applause for them as the whole team. Thank you. So finally, that's really my last slide. It's Johann, myself, Adrian and Christophe on the scene for handing over the EuCNC flag to next year and to really take away the responsibility for this event from our shoulders and handing it over to Christophe. It has been a record-breaking edition for EuCNC, but there is one big challenge that I give to them. That's making the 1,000 mark of participants at the event. We nearly made it, but we ended up a few tens of people short. So, okay, it's up to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oops.
Well, but if you do this, I'm like... You will need it, because the stress levels will go up. All the best.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues and friends, this flag which was given to us, it's of course a great honor and great responsibility, in fact. Okay, let me try this. How can I move it here? Okay. So as we are still in Antwerp. So before I make this final click, meaning that we go to Poznan, I would like to personally, probably expressing the feeling of all of us as attendees, thank Johann and Peter again for the excellent event. You said, Johann, at the beginning it was a celebration of innovation, and I think that it was really true. So thank you again. I think, guys, you are deserving a week off now, so enjoy. So now let's move this final, okay, so we'll do this now officially. So, okay, we move to Poznan. So we move to Poznan. So again, the flag is a great chance also. Peter, I mean, he expressed this challenge. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I accept it. So to cross this 1,000 of participants. So we are invited immediately. We do our best to invite you during the whole event. I am enjoying all the discussions with you. I was very positively surprised that so many of you have already been in Poland, in Poznan, not all of you. So for those who are not there, let me just briefly recap where we are. So Poznan is the city of similar size of Antwerp, right? So it's around 500,000, right? It's on the west side of Poland. It's 1,000 year of history, so it's quite a long city. And it means that you will enjoy a positive mixture of different kind of styles, architecture, things to see and visit. So this is just a glimpse of things that you can see. As an old market square, it was, I must say that it is a new old market square because it was really renovated. So you should enjoy it a lot. So how does it look in detail? So it's really that easy. It's not just the Photoshop or other it's really nice. It's really nice. For those who like food, you should enjoy it a lot. It's just to mention that we have some restaurants with Michelin star. So I believe, okay, it will be a hint to you to find the one and enjoy the food, which is right there. For those who are likes more modern style, you have also something for you. And this is the cathedral where the whole of Poland began. So this 1,000 year of history. Some castle, come on, castle, come. Okay, some castle, also beautiful. So you can go enter inside. What is maybe important is the small black sculpture in the front. I will come back to this. Nearby, there is a very interactive museum where you can try how to decipher the Enigma code. I will come back to this later. And maybe a top view on Poznan. Poznan is quite a big city, although it is a small number of inhabitants, but it's also green. So I believe today we can call it sustainable, right? But there's a lot of green places to see. There is a river. What you can see, in fact, is my university, my campus. But I mean, the whole city looks like that, so it's nice. Of course, when advertising, I cannot omit the chance to give a film. There is some music behind, but I cannot hear. Okay. Okay, as Peter said that we should be concise. I'm concise as well, so I selected the shorted video. I have a longer one with me, but I selected this one. So now just a few words before closing everything about the venue. So we will go, I mean, this is beautiful here, really. I believe all of you enjoyed the place here. We will change the style a bit, which is a bit more, I would say, modern in the sense of it's built recently, I would say. So we'll go into the Poznan Congress Center, and the venue, I mean, inside it looks like that. So we'll have a nice hall, which is called Earth Hall. So we'll have all the plenaries and stuff there inside. It is nicely located in the really city center, meaning that as here you have just 180. They counted the detail, but you have just a couple of 100 meters from the railway station. And there is just a walking distance to the city center and just 15 minutes drive to the airport, which is important. So you can reach us in many different ways. So in terms of airport, I mean, it looks like an airport. I mean, it's nothing special. But there are a lot of connections. Direct flights to the main cities, and you are from farther distances. You can go through the hubs, through Warsaw, Munich, Frankfurt, Copenhagen, I mean, whatever you like. So you can enjoy it. So I hope that these convince you to join the next edition. But if not, of course, we are talking about 6G, right? 6G will be there. But in here, I would like to talk about 6 great reasons to visit Poznan. Okay, so these are the 6G that I would like to present now. So the first reason was, I told already, Poznan was the first capital city. So it's where really the Poland began. So these are the origin of our country. So there, I mean, in the cathedral, you have found the tombs of our first kings. I mean, if you're interested in such things, but okay, there are many, many things and historical things. Of course, I said it's a touristic city. Of course, not that popular as Barcelona, Paris, or on the other, but we have a lot of nice things. For those who were there, I see the faces. You can confirm that it's nice. So you can see really nice places. For those who are interested, and now come back to this Enigma code, for those who are interested in history, here our mathematicians, they have working there in that city, and they were given this very prestigious IEEE Milestone Award for deciphering the Enigma code. So it's a really great achievement, and as a honor for them, you see this small sculpture, a nice design, I must say. And close to that, you have an interactive museum where you can try, if we personally, without AI, if we can decipher that kind of code. It's really impressive, so you should be able to, I believe. But okay, one of the famous things of Poznan, so the reason for is that we have goat shows. If you look carefully behind the legs of the small goats, you see the people which are watching this show. There is some myth or legend, whatever we call. Every day, the goats are fighting against each other, and why, for what, how long? Okay, you have to enjoy yourself. I will not say more. So this is reason 4. And then reason 5, the question, what is this? It's a vegetable. A hint, a vegetable. What kind of vegetable? A potato, great. Who said potato? And a winner. This is a potato. And why? I mean, why we are so crazy that we have a sculpture of potatoes? There is written here, Poznańska pyra, which is a Poznan potato. I mean, in Poland, we are said that we are crazy about potatoes. Somehow it's true, but in a positive way. So you will never believe how many nice and tasty things you can do from potatoes, really. So you will enjoy it. But beside that, food delights is not only the potato, because someone may not like potatoes at all, right? Which is a mistake, I must say, but okay. There is also something special which you cannot eat anywhere in the world, just in Poznan. We have the European Union Certificate of Authenticity, which is our St. Martin croissant, which is made with this semi-puff pastry, okay, popular here as well in Belgium, but with white poppy seed. And it's really tasty. As you can see in our Independence Day, there's a tradition in Poznan, you see the numbers, 250 tons of croissants we are eating. So it's 1.25 million of individual items. So yeah, it's really tasty. So if you will come, you will enjoy, we'll arrange some special croissants for you. You saw my cards. I mean, I have given to many of you these cards. And my pre-last slide, the reason number 6, you may guess is what? Is this one. Yeah, is this one. Without your help, I will not be able to cross, we will not, with Christoph and the other team, will not be able to cross this 1,000th line. And I believe EuCNC and 6G Summit deserve it, we deserve it. So you are really welcome to come to Poznan. So see you in Poznan. As we heard, gracias, amigos, right? So now let's learn a bit of Polish. So zapraszamy. Okay, welcome. I think it's over.